The cost of IT in business can be staggering. From hardware and software expenses to services like internet and phone, you don't need to spend a fortune on IT to succeed. If your organization spends more than $500 monthly on any service, or you're considering signing a long-term contract, IT Enabled can help you manage your technology and minimize your costs. Contact us today to schedule a free consultation. IT Enabled, we're here to help.
Hi, I'm Tara Watson-Watkins, President and CEO of the Lufkin, Angelina County Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to the Connect podcast. I'm here today with my co-host, Blake Pollino with BP Media Group.
Welcome back to the show. So, fun disclaimer at the top. If you are not watching the video version of this podcast, you might want to switch over wherever you're watching to the YouTube or the Facebook page to watch this one. We have another furry four-legged guest with us, along with Bridgett Briley of Blue Collar Mutts Rescue, here to talk about some amazing programs that they have, overpopulation that's happening in East Texas, why you should spay and neuter, and so much more. So let's get into that now.
Bridgett, we're thrilled to have you on. We always love when our visitors come and bring sweet puppies to the podcast. It just makes the podcast better. So welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
So why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about your background, and then we'll talk about the Blue Collar Mutts Rescue.
I've done all sorts of things, so my background is all over the place. I grew up in construction, and then I've done work injuries, delivered mail.
Are you from this area?
From Lufkin.
Okay.
Born and raised. Just volunteered with different things, and then we started fostering a puppy. My daughter did, and then somehow that developed into this whole crazy rescue thing that I never saw in my future. Like, totally different realm of where I thought I would be at this point in time, but I would not give it up for anything. There's just a need.
Sure.
For what we do.
Well, let's talk about Blue Collar Mutts Rescue. Why is there a need? We've had on a lot of different rescues and shelters over the last 2 months probably. But why do you feel like that there's a need for this?
There's a need to provide education to the community. A lot of the community do not even understand what spay and neuter is, which has really surprised me for this time. Then cost. The just basic wellness vaccinations, worm or flea and tick medications, to be able to provide information to the public who love their pets and will provide them with the best care, but sometimes they just need something more affordable than going to the vet clinic. We've really reached a lot of people, and I see people coming back to follow up, which is really huge, because parvo was horrible here a year to 2 years ago, and I haven't really seen any of it this year.
That's good.
Awesome. So I want to hear a little bit more about how the rescue came to be. So tell me about the name. So how did you come up with the Blue Collar Mutts Rescue? I love hearing about the origin stories of this.
Blue Collar Mutts. I was with another local rescue for a while, and we just got to doing lots of puppies, lots of puppies. And so a friend, I'd actually met her through a dump dog that had 12 puppies.
And a dump dog is someone who just drops the dog off.
They drop it off down a county road, on a back road, at someone's home, and no one ever claims it.
Gotcha. So it was a dump dog, and what happened?
It was Daisy, and she was very pregnant when she was dumped. She had 12 or 13 puppies.
Goodness.
And a few had been found local homes, and then I had been talking to a small rescue in New Jersey that I had found out about them actually through the Tyler shelter, talking to Sean, and then their name had come up in another conversation with somebody else, and so she's like, "Oh, I'll take all of them." Aww. There was like 10, I think, left, and so we vaccinated them and got them ready to go, and she had them. They were all adopted before they ever left here.
Oh, wow.
Most of the ones I deal with are adopted before they leave here to go to the rescue that they are transferred to.
That's awesome.
And then so we just played around. It was myself and my friend, and then we each had daughters, and we just played around with names, and Blue Collar Mutts Rescue come about.
They need to all leave with blue collars.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
I've had several people say you just need to have them printed
That's right.
and done.
Blue
So,
collar. That's great.
So that's kind of a recurring theme we've seen with a lot of these rescues and animal organizations we've talked to in the last couple of months is that a lot of pets get shipped up north. And I didn't ask any of these, how are these dogs getting there? Like, how are they?
There's transport. I mean, sometimes I do transport.
Uh-huh.
My daughter will fly in because she now lives out of state.
Mhm.
When she lived here, we would send her with a co-driver. I'll recruit a friend like, hey, you want to drive straight 27 hours and not sleep?
Oh, so they're just driving them, loading them up and driving
Yeah,
them
they're in
Okay.
cargo van, big setup cargo vans that are, they're actually companies that strictly do transport.
Wow, okay.
Oh, okay.
I had no idea.
Yes, there's some that come through Lufkin like once a week, once a month, every 2 weeks. There's that do pickups for certain rescues that come through this area. I met one this morning at 12:30. 2 of my foster babies went to Canada.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's, like my daughter and myself, we've done 8-9 transports.
Okay.
But it's usually like a rescue will go, we'll take those 28 puppies and we'll get them there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whatever it
absolutely.
takes.
100%.
Yeah.
We will get them there. So we get them vaccinated and wormed and we get them there because they've got adopters waiting.
Awesome.
And we always hear they're going north.
Right.
Like, I mean, why do they not go east or west? It's always, and you may be meaning that, but everybody says they go north.
Uh-huh.
Mostly here, they do go north. Occasionally, we'll have one go somewhere else. Northern areas, they have stricter ordinances. They have leash laws. They have spay and neuter laws. There's just a lot. They're on top of it better.
Okay.
So they're not as overpopulated up there as we are.
And
So
also, the severe weather they have, strays don't survive.
gotcha.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we have puppy season basically all year
All
round.
year.
That makes sense.
Kitten season fluctuates a little, but puppy season, I mean, you'll have puppies in November, December,
That makes sense.
all year round. Our weather
Sure.
here just isn't as severe, so the survival rate for the strays is higher than there.
Okay.
Plus, they just have their laws are so tight that you don't even have the strays
Interesting.
like you do here.
So we know that we've got an overpopulation. I mean, is that because people are not spaying and neutering their animals?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we can't rescue our way out of this.
Mhm.
It's not going to happen, and locally, we're not going to adopt our way out of this.
And what does it cost to spay and neuter an animal?
DHART, Mobile Veterinary Services, is the absolute most reasonable fee for spay and neuter in our area. It's $65 for a dog neuter. It's $75 for a dog spay. Cats, I believe, are $45 and $55.
Okay.
So that's
I mean, this is
reasonable.
not crazy amounts of money.
Not there.
Okay.
I
But it
love-
can be
I
at,
love our local vets, but they start at and go up. They may start at 150, and it may cost you 450.
okay.
It's according to the animal, how much it weighs.
Sure.
Sure.
And there's different aspects, and each I've called and checked all their pricing, and they all vary a little, but it's all in that 150 to up to 450 range. And a lot of people can afford a pet, but they would literally have to save.
Yeah.
For the surgery, and there's just a time in there, especially with females, they can come and heat at 6 months,
Sure.
and you may miss that window. And
Man, when we got a new puppy, I put it on my calendar.
Yes.
Like at 4.5, 5 months, I was like, get her fixed.
Yes.
We do not want to deal with this.
Yes, and the bad thing is, people be like, "Well, she was in my backyard," but a male dog will climb a fence, dig under a fence, chew through a fence.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so pet owners that have male animals are just as responsible as the ones that have female animals. It's
That's a great point.
one or the other. It's doesn't matter. You should be responsible for your pet.
Sure. Well, tell us
Interesting.
about this sweet little puppy in your lap.
This is Piper. I received a message that someone had a puppy who had injured her leg. So I met them. They asked could I take her because they couldn't afford the vet. And I met them. Immediately when I saw her, it was way more than I have a hurt leg.
Yeah.
And so we don't know if it's neurological or if it was from an injury. But one leg, actually the bone is growing a little bit crooked. The other one she does use somewhat, but not well. And so, but she was like a rag doll when I got her. She weighed 1 pound, malnourished, dehydrated, full of parasites, couldn't hold her head up. So we've worked really hard to get where we're at. She can scoot around the house when she wants to, because I will find her in another room sometime. She does it sneakily when I'm not watching. She goes to work with me. She goes everywhere I go, pretty much.
How old is she?
She's about 6 months now.
Okay.
Yep, we have a little stroller when we don't have a buggy, and she just rides and
Toodles around.
Ultimate lap dog.
She does. She's funny. Sometime at work, she'll be sitting there, and if somebody stands close to her stroller and ignores her, she'll bark just once, like, hello, you did not acknowledge me when you walked up here, which is really cute. So they've all gotten to where they come talk to her. We have some customers that come in and talk to her, and or some of them kind of get stressed. Even the guys, if they're kind of having a bad day, I'll catch them coming in. One even come in one day, and he's like, can I borrow her for a few minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so she's like our little work therapy dog too.
For those of you that are listening and can't see her, she's a tiny little chihuahua. And she is so sweet. She's got the sweetest little face.
She needs to meet my daughter Emma, who I think has a lifelong belief that no animal should walk anywhere because she's just going to carry them or push them around in her little baby doll stroller.
She's smart because sometimes I'll be talking about her and she will side-eye me like,
that's so funny.
I know you're talking about me. And then she'll be all huffy for a little while. Like, I know you were just talking about me, or I'll be telling off something she's done. And she gets mad, but
that's great.
So cute.
She's good.
Well, what do you need from the community to help with your efforts, and what do you do? How can people help? How can people get involved?
Several ways. Share our Facebook page.
Okay.
Because sharing reaches other people, even if you may not can donate, even if you may not can foster, maybe if you cannot help sometime when we just need a puppy to get to a vet clinic, when we're struggling or we're somewhere else trying to be more than one place. Just share our post. Financially, I'm working towards another free community spay and neuter day. I held one last year. We had one March 9th.
Cool.
I'm trying to build up enough funds to be able to hold.
Great.
I was hoping for one every 2 to 3 months this year, so I'm behind. We just had a fundraiser Friday.
Awesome.
So that'll get us partially there.
Good.
And rescue is bottom line. It's money. I'm not gonna lie. I try not to pester people and post continuously. I need money. I need money. I need money. But bottom line, it is money. Especially with what I'm trying to do is offer the community free spay and neuter for those that need it, because if we don't get these animals spayed and neutered, we're going to continue to have the off-the-wall statistics we have in our area of animals. And it's bad. It's really bad.
Well, we know that you are passionate about animals. So on bad days, what keeps you going?
I'm in touch with a lot of the adopters for the ones that I fostered, the ones I've pulled through parvo, that, I pulled through horrible sarcoptic mange or, Demodex mange with skin infections because they were out there so long. So hundreds of my foster babies, I'm in touch with the adopters. So what keeps me going is knowing where they're at and seeing them healthy and happy, because I think if I did not see those, like if I just didn't know where they went, I wouldn't still be doing it.
Right.
And then lately, with the low-cost clinics I've been offering for vaccines and microchipping and help provide information about services available in our area, it's the people that are coming back that they follow through with their puppies' vaccines, or they let me know they went and got their dog spayed. They'll send me a message, just thank you, I helped. So getting that response, knowing that I'm making a difference, knowing that I'm reaching people, that helps too. So it's together. You're reaching the same purpose, but yet they're different things. So being able to see the ones that I've raised and babied and spoiled, and then still being spoiled, and then seeing the ones in the community that I am reaching people, I'm making the difference that's needed in people's lives.
That's great.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. And where can people find you if they want to learn more about getting involved and working
we
with
do
the
have a
rescue?
website.
Okay.
Facebook. The best way to contact me is text or email or messenger, because I did go back to work now. I need more money to support my habit. And basically that's why I went back to work. So a lot of time I can't answer the phone, but I can text, I'll, when I get a break or in the evening, and I can see them. So if it is an emergency, I can glance at it if I need to step away and address it during the day.
Do you want to share your number on this, or do you want to, is it on Facebook? Can they find you?
It is on Facebook. The rescue number is 936-212-1781.
Okay.
It's Blue Collar Mutts Rescue at gmail.com. And then just messenger
Perfect
on the Facebook. So
awesome.
that'll get me one way or the other.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for joining us today. Thank you for bringing Piper up here to hang out with us. We always love when we have a little furry friend that comes on the podcast. Yeah, so cute. If you're not watching the video version of this podcast,
go back and watch
all the more reason that you should check it out for this series that we have on the pets with the little friends that we've had. But thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for listening to the podcast again this week. We truly appreciate your support and everyone that tunes in every week. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. And that's it.
That's it.
Easy enough.
I hate this kind of stuff.
No, you did great.